This is Getting to Good Enough, a podcast to help you let go of perfectionism so you can do more of what you love. I'm Shannon Wilkinson. I'm a life coach in Portland, Oregon, and I'm a recovering perfectionist who's getting better at good enough.
And I'm Janine Adams. I'm a certified professional organizer in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm lucky enough to be naturally good at good enough.
And today we are going to be talking about making work fun. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Shannon. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. It's in the 60s here, so I'm happy because it was below zero just a few days ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like from polar vortex to, what do they call that? Pineapple Express.
I like it. Polar Express to Pineapple Express. Yeah, it's delightful, and I can't believe I talk about the weather every time you ask me how I am. That's really boring. But apparently, how I am is related to the weather.
Well, I could see that it would have a major impact on you. I mean, you know.
Yeah. You won't even come visit me except in certain months.
It's very true. Yeah. Well, we've had that play out before. It's not pretty.
It's not pretty. Yeah, we need you to stay in nice weather at all times, Shannon, unless you're climbing a mountain, which...
I'm a delicate hothouse flower.
That's right.
Yeah.
So we make work fun by laughing all the time while we podcast, right?
Yes. This is the funnest work ever.
So it is.
I think that's the end of the episode. Podcast with a friend.
Yeah. And then work will be fun.
The end.
The end. That's right. But really, I think work, if you can make your work fun, whether it's podcasting or, which sadly is just a small portion of our work, right?
Right.
But whatever your job is or however you make money, if it can be fun, then life is better without a doubt, right?
That's right. It just, especially if it's something that you're going to be doing day in and day out, then you might as well have as good a time as you can have doing it.
Yeah, I think about every now and then I'll go into a retail establishment and the person who's waiting on me is in a bad mood or something. And and I think, or they just seem unhappy at work. And I think, oh man, if they were cheerful and interacting with people, everyone would be nicer to them and work would be so much more fun. I mean, I just think we are in control, even when we're in jobs where we're not our own boss. I think we can, in a certain way, be in control of making work fun by just the way we interact with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and even if we're not interacting with other people, how we interact with ourselves around our work, how we perceive our work. If we perceive it as doable, it becomes much more fun than if we perceive it as overwhelming and impossible. Right.
Yeah. If we're like Sisyphus pushing a rock up a mountain and over again, that's no fun. But yeah, right. I think, oh gosh, yeah, a little bit of that feeling satisfied kind of comes into play here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, absolutely. And what I was thinking of is, perfectionism can make work not very fun because it's unachievable. Mm-hmm. And so if it feels unachievable because you can't ever reach perfect, it's going to be really hard to have fun and enjoy what you're doing.
Agreed. And so I know I try really hard to have fun, even with the boring tasks or the tedious tasks. And I'm lucky enough that my actual hands-on organizing work is almost always fun. Maybe it's just because I love doing it. And because I usually work in teams. So that adds to the fun. If you get a group of organizers together organizing, because we're weird and we think
Everyone's
it's so much
super
fun.
happy.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes we're giddy, but so in my case, I think establishing a business where I work in teams has definitely helped make my work fun. When I was working one-on-one, I was having fun as well, but it was a slower pace and a quieter thing. So not always as much fun.
Right. Well, and with your teamwork, you're working with your client, but you're also working with your team members. So emotionally, it's a little bit different.
Yes.
That's
a good point. Yeah, working one-on-one, it's all about that relationship with the client and how fun they are can have a big
right. Well, and I imagine that a certain number of people that bring in a one-on-one organizer, that it's a really stressful emotional experience, the overwhelm from the clutter or the inability to do it themselves. So it makes it a little bit hard for them to have fun or to think about it as being fun. Mm-hmm. But I bet you change that for people.
I try. Absolutely. I think we often get comments that, oh, this wasn't as hard as I expected or was more fun than I expected. And and when I was working one-on-one, there were tears sometimes, fairly often. And now there's rarely tears. And there's usually a lot of laughter.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, and the tears were good tears, mind you. But
right.
But I just as soon have laughter.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious, is there anything in particular that you have done with your clients who are maybe not starting out having so much fun to help them have more fun?
Well, I think part of it, I kind of jolly them up, right? I mean, I try to make it fun, and we keep the pace as fast as we can, and a lot of cheerleading happens, I think, especially in if what they're doing is decluttering and letting stuff go, and I think that gets easier as the decisions are made. They start getting easier, and there's more and more cheerleading. So I think that helps. I don't work one-on-one very much anymore, so I'm even having trouble remembering. But, I think a lot of it is attitude and helping people who recognize the progress that they're making.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that's probably what I do with myself. I mean, I work with clients one-on-one, and I too try to help them, have fun or see the humor in what's going on, or, make it more enjoyable, because, we can all sort of get caught up in our stuff and take it way too seriously.
Right. I mean, people who are using your services need to be taking their life seriously. They're hiring a life coach, right? But it doesn't have to be serious as in no fun at all, right?
Yeah, right. And this reminds me that my quote in my yearbook page, this was in college, was from Oscar Wilde, and it was, "Life's far too important to take seriously."
So you've been thinking about this for a little while.
Just a bit, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, that's
just
funny.
a couple of lots of decades. It's my 30th college reunion this year.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, a few decades.
Yeah.
Well, and when, I've known you for not that long, but for a couple of decades.
Half that time.
Oh, more than that, right?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Yeah, we're going on 20 years. I guess it's 18 this year. Or depending on how you count it, 19, since we started a virtual relationship. Anyway,
right.
I would say you definitely embrace that. You have always been great about finding the humor in any situation.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm like, oh, that's nice that you think that.
You don't agree?
Well, I think I do. I think that my tendency is to focus on the stuff that I'm taking too seriously as opposed to where I'm finding the fun, which, that's, I think, a little bit of the perfectionism in me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think you're right. I think I do try to find the fun, and when I notice that I'm getting too serious about something, that I try to lighten up.
Right. I think you do a good job with that. I mean, when I just think about all the belly laughs we have shared over the years.
Right.
In discussing many, many things. And experiencing many things.
Some not altogether pleasant.
Right.
Yeah.
But to me, it sort of fits in with my mantra of let it be easy. I like that, like maybe the but an accompanying mantra is don't take it too seriously.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and letting work be easy is the first step to making it fun.
Fun, right. Because easy stuff is more fun, more generally. Yeah. Yeah. So I think your point about letting go of perfectionism at work so that it can become more fun is a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. So, everything we've said about perfectionism up till now still counts at work. And, I think there's a lot of other things, work specific, that you can do to make things more fun or to help things be fun. And I think, one of the things that we talked about was gamification. Mm-hmm. Can make it much more fun.
So I know that I know there are many apps that gamify many things. And
yes,
I don't tend to have any of those apps. I don't think. I probably do, but I just don't use them.
Yeah.
But like in less technical, not using technology, I've gamified a few things in my work life, and I'm interested in hearing how you've gamified yours. But like the things that come to mind for me are, I will frequently, like a small child, set a timer and try to beat the clock, get stuff done by the time the clock goes off. My mother used to do this with me. It's where I learned it.
Oh, yeah. My mom used to do that to me, too.
Yeah. It still works for me. Absolutely. And I also had that, my to-do list bingo that I created a few years back when I was just trying to make the everyday tasks more fun. That was really effective. Yeah. And I have blog posts. I can put a link to a blog post about it on our show notes if it appeals. I almost pulled it out just the other day because I was needing some sort of something. But I got lazy. I would have had to find it or something. So I instead numbered my tasks and then got out a die and threw the die. Or maybe dice, and went that route.
That's sort of fun.
Yeah, does that count as gamifying?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah. So it's just anything that will get me going, get me getting the little tasks I don't want to do. Any kind of game I can throw at it, I will. What about you? Do you gamify?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you ever paid much attention to this when you were using Todoist, but it has a little bit of gamification.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I loved that.
Yeah, so it has, what do they call it? Karma points or something?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I think it was like karma points.
Yeah, I think it was karma points.
And and you also can set like the number of tasks you want to accomplish in a day and the number in a week. And, you can sort of set up the system to so that you can, hit those goals, and then you get a little celebration, which is always fun. The other thing, I'm really use my paper planner. That's what I was trying to say. And, just do a break the chain on whatever habit I'm trying to create. So, it seems like the things that are the least fun are the sort of everyday tasks that really sort of just need to be a habit. They're, the things that you sort of need to do on a regular basis, or the things that are constantly, like email, dealing with your email. And that can become a daily habit by either doing something like you do with Inbox Zero, or if you have a big backlog, just setting an amount of time that you work on it every day, but turning that into a game, like, how many emails can I get through in 15 minutes?
Right.
That's how I usually use a timer, which I do a lot. And I do timers a lot when I go to sit down at my desk and it's just in complete disarray. And I'll set a timer for 15 minutes and see how much I can get done clearing my desk. And you've been the beneficiary of a number of before and after pictures.
Right. Yeah. That timer that keeps you focused and has that beat the clock going. I think it's great. I did it yesterday, I think it was, except instead of setting a timer, I set a 15-minute playlist for
that's a great idea.
Upbeat songs, and stop doing it. And and you get a lot done of desk cleaning done in 15 minutes. My mess had expanded beyond the desk to the floor, but I got it taken care of.
The extended desk.
Yes, I have a large desk. I have a 10 by 13 desk. I think that's excellent. And I just have to report, by the way, that I achieved Inbox Zero on, I think it was Thursday or Friday, I forget which. Yay! And I've been able to keep it up. So once you get there, it's so easy to keep up. And it just felt so good. It was Thursday.
Yeah.
I remember now. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, and I'm noticing, like, when I was saying about the sending you pictures of my desk, and I think I saw that you shared that on social media, that you hit Inbox Zero, that's part of what makes it fun for me, is sharing it with someone else and having someone else, cheering with me. And, even something as simple as, I was actually able to clear my desk in 15 minutes. Like, I know if I send you a before picture and say, I'm going to spend 15 minutes on my desk, that you will send me a little cheer text back. And that makes it more fun for me.
Yeah, and almost always when you do that, I then do the same thing. You'll always inspire me to do it, because I always need to do it. And so both of us benefit. It works out really well.
That's awesome.
Right? Yeah, I think
that's a good thing to remember if you often work by yourself, to bring someone in on it, and that will help make it fun, even if it's just and I've had throughout the years, I've had varying arrangements of checking in with people, or via email or text, or sometimes phone calls, and that always makes it more fun and somehow easier to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think we've talked here about how you and I have been known to, like, work on clearing out a space on the phone together. Or we're both working on our own thing, obviously. And not necessarily even talking, but we're on the phone, and when something interesting is found, we say something and just keep each other company.
Right. Well, that's how we started Declutter Happy Hour.
Right, which is essentially how we started our podcast. So it all boils down to that. Yeah.
Right.
It's the origin story. Yeah.
It is. Needing to get on the phone to clear
off our desks.
Yeah. So So really, we should be grateful for our messy desks.
That's right. We should be.
Yeah.
We owe a lot to our messy desks.
It's so true. But I'm thinking about workplaces, for people who are going to a job and working with other people. And it's been a while for me, but I can think of other situations that are similar. But, is there anything that comes to mind for you in thinking about that, for how people could make work more fun in a more traditional work environment?
Yeah, it's been a while since I was in a traditional work environment, but I will tell you that back when I worked at the Missouri Botanical Garden, we had a small staff in the public relations department, and we were close knit, and we did really neat stuff together. It wasn't like formal team building exercises, which I tend to not want to do, but
yeah.
But just when I was cleaning up I was cleaning out a closet recently in my house, in my office, and I came across some poems, for example, that we had all written one another. Our Christmas holiday gifts had to be poems, not stuff. I think we had some rule. There were rules, but they were so clever and so sweet. And I only had the copies because one of the team members had found them in her files and photocopied them and sent them to me. So we were lucky that way, that we had a small staff, so we could really devise ways to enjoy one another. But to me, it boils down to, if when you can, enjoying the people you're with. If you're in an office, you might as with other people, if you can, figure out ways to interact in ways that are really enjoyable. This is apropos of nothing, but I just got there was a tweet yesterday from somebody I worked with at the International Institute, whom I haven't seen in 8 years, and she dreamt about me the other night in a very crazy dream that she detailed in Twitter. So that was fun. I'm surprised she remembers me at all, let alone dreaming about
for you
me.
To show up in her dream.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what popped to mind was relationships for me in terms of making work fun. But certainly gamifying to the extent that we can at the workplace is helpful. Timers are always helpful. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, as you were saying that, I was remembering way, way back when I worked at Portland Brewing. I used to have a big jar of Jolly Ranchers at my desk.
Oh.
And people would come by, and I worked at a brewery, and so there was the office, and then there was the people who were making beer and packaging beer and stuff. And so, but everyone would come through periodically during the day to come get a Jolly Rancher. And I sort of forgotten about this, but so it was really fun for me to have people come through and, get to chat. And it would be sort of annoying if I was trying to have a long work period or something and people keep interrupting. But, maybe having something like that when you do have, when you're doing things that are less disturbed by being interrupted, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, it was always sort of fun. But I think you're right. And also I also remember when I was there, things felt really serious and really important and very stressful. And had I had a better ability to be how much does this really matter? Yes, I would like to do this and I'd like to do it well. And no one's going to die if, something doesn't happen with the beer.
Right. Hopefully. Unless the thing that doesn't happen is taking the poison out of the beer.
Right. Well, luckily, there was no poison that I know of.
Good. Yeah. No, you're so right. And don't you think that perspective sometimes comes with age, too? I mean, it's always easier to look back on something and realize, it felt really serious but really
well,
wasn't
and I
that
think
big
it's
a deal.
also culture too. And I don't have really any direct experience with a lot of, sort of the modern culture, work culture, but it feels like really competitive, and it feels like, especially with the technology now, like you have to be connected all the time. And I think figuring out some boundaries is necessary and will help you create the space where you can have some fun.
I mean, to the extent that you're able to set boundaries, depending, I guess, on your work situation.
Yeah.
But, controlling those things you can control.
Right.
And I like that notion of creating space so you can have fun.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe like a useful way to think about it is how to create that space. Instead of like trying to cram one more thing in, like, oh, now I have to gamify my work. Like that becomes more work.
Right. Great.
Damn it. So yeah, like thinking about how can you open up the possibility to have more fun.
I like that.
Yeah, is maybe a useful way to think about it. And I just had another thought. Well, reminding yourself that it's possible to have fun.
Oh.
And reminding yourself to consider how you might make something more fun. Or at least easier.
Right.
But I feel like we've talked about this recently, the idea of, this is what I was going to say, the idea of how like overthinking something, perseverating on something, like takes up so much energy. And if you allow yourself to just do things, then it creates the space to have more enjoyment while you're doing it.
So do rather than think about doing.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
Use that energy for fun.
Yeah. Free up some of your personal capacity for fun.
That's it. Yes. I knew we talked about this.
Right. Just last week, I think it was. Yeah. The thing that zipped through my head was that before we started recording today, we discovered that both of our husbands are on jury duty in separate cities. And yes. I was thinking, I wonder if Barry is figuring out a way to make jury duty fun. And something tells me the answer is no. What about Mike? Do you think he's having some fun at jury duty?
I am guessing that he is having fun at jury duty.
I think he probably is. He's probably chatting up everybody. Whereas Barry texted me because he was very happy he's sitting in a row by himself.
Oh. Well, I think their ideas of fun are a little bit different.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. And actually, that's a really, really good point, isn't it? That, like, my idea of fun is interacting with people and laughing a lot. But that doesn't mean that's a listener's idea of fun or my husband's idea of fun. Yeah. Right. So fun is what is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, fun is in the eye of the beholder. Fun is in the eye of the fun maker.
Right. In the mind of
fun
the
finder.
All right, we're starting to get ridiculous now, I think.
Yeah. Well,
Too much
it's sort of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that is an excellent point, though, is that what's fun to you? And that's what's most important is, how what is enjoyable to you, what makes something enjoyable, and how can you bring more of that into your work?
Right, is making sure that your idea of fun isn't infringing upon your coworker's idea of fun, I suppose.
Oh, that reminds me of a mean trick that was played on a certain person at the brewery. There would be like one paper would get delivered into the lunchroom, and there was someone who always wanted to do the crossword, and then then everyone would get upset because there was only one crossword, and so then only one person could do the crossword. So then they started making photocopies of the crossword and leaving a stack of photocopies there so that people could do it, which was a great idea. And then some trickster decided to take, I can't remember if it was yesterday's puzzle or yesterday's clues, and put them with today's puzzle or clues. So it'd be like,
so you couldn't do the puzzle.
And then photocopying that, and leaving a stack of photocopies with mismatched puzzles and clues.
Well, that's definitely somebody's sense of fun infringing on other people's.
Exactly.
Did the puzzle makers, the puzzle solvers, find it funny?
No.
Ever? No.
No, because it was so frustrating.
Did it happen more than once?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh dear.
But that would never happen now because no one gets a hard copy of the paper, do they, at work?
Yeah, right. Probably not. And B, they go on the internet and see what the problem was.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they'd see that you can't answer number 1 because it has 12 letters, not 4.
Right. That's funny.
Yeah. So definitely don't let your fun infringe on other people's fun.
Right.
Well, at least not for very long. Like maybe once.
Right.
Oh, right. Yeah. So I think that one other thing we didn't really talk about is how rewards can help make work fun.
Oh, well, that's true. I mean, that's a classic way, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you set yourself, as we talked about in the rewards episode, I think I believe in rewarding effort, not results.
Yes.
So that you get plenty of rewards. We believe that, I think. Yeah. So we can get plenty of rewards along the way, and that certainly makes things more fun.
Right. Well, and I lived that last week when I had a big project to do last week, and I set myself up with a reward on Friday afternoon of a 90-minute massage, which I know is like your worst nightmare.
Right. But I know it's rewarding for you, though.
Yes, I was really looking forward to it, and I set it up so that I would be done with the project before I went, and there were a lot of complications and things didn't go the way I expected them to, but I worked really hard at it all week, and so I still got my massage, and then I finished up the project afterwards.
Well, there you go. Well, you certainly deserve that reward.
Yeah, well, and I also sort of feel like by getting the reward, and I hadn't really thought about this until just now, that by going in ahead and getting the reward, then I felt really obligated to actually finish the project.
Right.
Like, well, I got my reward. Now I really have to see this through to the end.
And did having that massage on your calendar make you work more steadily on the project?
It definitely did.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't want to go to the massage having not completed it.
Right. And
so
you discovered that it's not the end of the world that you did. So actually, there's lots of lessons there, isn't there? I mean, that was very smart to have scheduled that massage.
Yeah. And you know, it's sort of, we talked about this recently, that you think, you know, sort of cutting yourself some slack will make you complacent. And really, it did quite the opposite. By, you know, cutting myself in slack. Like I hit completion, but there were problems, and so it wasn't actually done. And I went to the massage anyway. And then I created this sort of responsibility to myself. Like, well, now I really have to see it through because I got my reward.
Right. Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah. So, and it felt more fun because I was thinking about my reward, but I was also thinking about the benefit of completing the project. Mm-hmm. You know, like this is, and that helped up the fun factor, because it was really not a very fun project in and of itself. But reminding myself of why I was doing it and the benefit of it made it somewhat more enjoyable.
So another way to make work fun. Reminding yourself of the benefits. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm glad you brought up rewards, because I think that's a really a great strategy for making work fun, and also typically something that's within your control.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I think those are the main things, is know what's fun for you. Gamification, rewards, and not taking things so seriously.
Yep.
That sort of button it all up into a few bullet points.
Nice summary, Shannon.
Well, thank you. Well, we would like to know what makes work fun for you and how you bring more enjoyment and ease to your work. You can let us know by calling 413-424-GTGE. That's 4843. You can head over to our website at gettingtogoodenough.com and comment on today's or any day's episode show notes. That was a really complicated way to say that.
But you did it.
Yeah. Eventually I got there. Comment on the show notes. And you'll also find links to all of our social media profiles there. So for now, thank you very much for listening. This is Shannon Wilkinson in Portland, Oregon.
And Janine Adams in St. Louis, Missouri.
And we hope that good enough is getting easier for you. Well, that was fun.
It was fun.
I think this is the best way to bring fun into work.
What?
Podcasting with you. Except when you don't get my jokes.
I almost always get your jokes. Just not that one.